Hi, it's Jason Powers coming to you with Take 10, a quick little respite or interlude, filling you with a tool or two to get through this pandemic while trying to flourish and thrive in recovery or just flourish. So, Julie DeNofa, a dear friend of mine, had sent me a post that she had read um, from Gut Preet Gill. I know I'm probably murdering it, but Um, I'm going to read it and then I'm going to tell you why, but you could probably figure it out. So, there is so much fear, and perhaps rightfully so, about COVID 19. And what if? If we subscribe to the philosophy that life is always working out for us, that there is an intelligence far greater than humans at work, that all is interconnected, what if the virus is here to help us, to reset, to remember what is truly important? Reconnecting with family and community, reducing travel so that the environment, the skies, the air, our lungs all get a break. Parts of China are seeing blue sky and clouds for the first time in forever, with the factories being shut down. Working from home rather than commuting to work, less pollution, more personal time. Reconnecting with family as there is more time at home. An invitation to turn inwards, a deep meditation, rather than the usual extroverted going out to self soothe. To reconnect with self, what is really important to me? A reset economically. The working poor, the lack of healthcare access for over 30 million in the US, the need for paid sick leave. How hard does one need to work to be able to live, to have a life outside of work? And washing our hands. How did that become a new thing that we needed to remember? But yes, we did. The presence of grace for all. There is a shift underway in our society, and what if it's one that is favorable for us? What if this virus is an ally in our evolution, in our remembrance of what it means to be connected, humane, living a simpler life, to be less impactful, more kind to our environment? An offering from my heart this morning, offered as another perspective, another way of relating to this virus, this unfolding, this evolution. It was time for a change. We all knew that, and change has arrived. What if? Gurpreet Gill. Now, I just want to say that there's a cliche I totally disagree with, and it's the following: everything happens for the best. I think that's just downright BS. Sometimes the best doesn't happen, but I tell you what, it's always possible to find the best in what happens. So, with that post, when I first read it, it was early on in the pandemic. And I thought that it was just a little too flaky for me. It might have been taking all this lightly. And yet, after a few weeks now, and keep in mind, I'm recording this the night before Harris County goes on lockdown. So it's still relatively early. But this has been going on since 2019. That's why the name COVID 19 has the 19 in it. You probably know that. But what I wanted to turn your attention to, and what I wanted today's Take 10 to be about, is a difference in perspective. What if? What if you can just for today, the rest of the day, be a detective? See what new things you have to be grateful for. Now, they don't have to be new in terms of a new car or a new friend, but they could be things that you took for granted. For example, one of the examples is less people, less pollution. I have to drive around. I'm an essential health service worker as a physician, and I've noticed not only are there less cars, obviously, but there is more wildlife out. Today, for example, I was out biking with my daughter and I saw so many birds. And I'm not talking about just one type of bird. When that happens all the time, but there was all different types of species. Um, there's less pollution, bluer skies, less noise, so it's a lot more peaceful. But I'm not minimizing the impact that it's having worldwide and especially in this country economically. I know too many people that are being laid off that can't make it to work, and this is a very tough time. So I don't want to minimize anybody's pain around that. There's going to be a stimulus package. I pray it's enough, but this post brings attention to the fact that there are too many people that don't have paid sick leave. And far be it from me to stand on a soapbox. However, I can be grateful that we are doing what we can to save lives because life is so much more precious than inflation is bad. We do have to handle the problem that is right in front of us right now, and we will recover. What I want you to do is the rest of the day think about things that you're enjoying, small things that you took for granted maybe, or even new things. And I did a survey and asked a bunch of friends. I asked my children to ask their friends and my wife to ask her friends this very same question. And what I got a lot was spending quality time with family. And of course, that's also a source of potential stress. As my sister so eloquently put it, who lives in New York, by the way, and they have been on a very tight lockdown for a while, she said that at this point they just all hate each other and move from room to room. Now, she completely said that with tongue in cheek because I reminded her that let's say we lived 150, 200 years ago and we were traveling from New York to California. Well, we would be in a smaller area than what they're living in. We'd be confined to a chuck wagon, I guess, and there'd be uh, people trying to kill us. And if we didn't find something to eat, we would starve. And so it reminds me of this proverb: don't be upset that the lion has sharp teeth and claws. Be grateful that it doesn't have wings. So it's always possible to find something to be grateful for, even in this crisis. Namaste.